Hello, so we have this lovely scratch activity here where you can display your class's Taniwha research work artwork. Now I'll just show you through it. On Scratch, it shows you a map of New Zealand coming up, and on it we have provided a sample Taniwha marker. Before I get into the marker, I just wanted to tell you, don't forget to try and click on the Taniwha and he will speak to you. Now, if you look into the marker here for the Kaipara Taniwha, you can cycle through the students' contributions by clicking the arrows backwards or forwards, and you can also listen to what the students have said by clicking. Very nice. So we can go back. If you would like to make this your own and load up your own Taniwha research, I will show you how. First, if you have a link, just follow it to the Scratch website. You will have to be logged in. It's free to join and create an account. Don't forget, you also need to verify your account by clicking on the link in the email that you will be sent, and then you're ready to go. Now, to make this your own version, click on the green remix button and it will load it on a new window here. Give it a new name. Let's say I'm calling this My Class, My School Taniwha. Right, call it something that suits you, and you're ready to go. First, to start, let's click on the green flag and watch this until we get to the map of New Zealand. Then click pause. Now let's say, for example, you want to be researching the Wellington Taniwha with your class. I would take this Kaipara marker here and drag it down to Wellington. And then I would go to the sprite section here where the Kaipara marker is, and I would rename it Wellington. Then on the left top here, I would go to the costumes and I would also rename the marker's costume to Wellington. Right. The marker is done. Now down in the sprite section again, the picture carousel will be down here as well, and we're going to go to the, let's just ignore that this is here, we'll go to the Kaipara picture carousel and we're going to rename this one Wellington Pictures. Then on the top left side where we saw the costumes just before, we're going to see all the sample images that had been provided, and we can just delete them by clicking the rubbish bin icon in the top right corner. You can keep the cover if you want to. If you do want to keep it, please rename it Wellington as well. Everything needs to have the same name, otherwise the code will not put it all together. Now to upload your students' work, go to the upload button here. You might have been doing research, looking at picture books. Maybe you read to your students. Maybe they've done their own research on the internet and either prepared digital work, or maybe they've made artwork. So regardless, I hope you saved it all, and you need to upload it with this arrow. I'll just show you my folder. So you have to include the name, the word Wellington, or whatever the name of your Taniwha marker is, in the file name of the artwork. So I'm going to select everything and click open. Right, so this is all going to be uploaded. Next I will go to the sounds of this image carousel, and I will delete all the sample sounds that have been provided by clicking on the rubbish bin icon, apart from the top one, because I chose to keep the cover page, so I'm going to rename that Wellington. And now my students can record their own sounds. I'm just going to go to the costumes and check who's first. Charlotte is here. So I'm going to call over Charlotte and I'm going to ask Charlotte if she's ready to record her sound. We'll click on this, and if Charlotte's ready, we'll click record. My name is Charlotte, and this is a picture of the Wellington Taniwha Awarua. Great, so now we can cut anything off the clip that we don't need. We can listen to it to see if we like it. We can re-record it, or we can save it if it's good as is. Now, very important is also to rename this. I'm going to call it Charlotte Wellington, because this way it will be associated with the picture and the right sound will be at the right time. Some of your students might be able to just record their own sounds, just depending on the age and abilities of your students. Now that we have done that, I think we are ready to test to see if it works. So we can make this larger and click on the flag. Oh, and of course I forgot to make sure the marker was in the right place. I love it when that happens, so we'll have to reset the marker to the position that we want it to be in. I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to take that marker back down to Wellington, and when I like where it is, I'm going to go to the sprite. Here the sprite is selected still. I'm going to go to its code up in the top left, and I'm going to remove the code that says what coordinates it should be at, and I'm going to replace it with this other coordinate block that has updated to the correct X and Y coordinates when I dragged the marker. Right, now we're ready to see if we were all successful. In fact, I could have just even unpaused it. That would have been fine as well. Now let's click into the marker and see if we have Charlotte. My name is Charlotte, and this is a picture of the Wellington Taniwha Awarua. Great, so it seems like we have been successful in making our own Wellington Taniwha. Now your class might want to be researching more than one Taniwha, and you can easily create more than one marker item on the map. Just right click on your marker sprite and duplicate. Here's your new sprite there, and you can drag it to where you want it to be. Let's say we're going to research this Taniwha over here in Christchurch, and this time I'll remember the important part is going to be to go to the code, which I'm still at the code, and I'm going to remove the coordinate block and go up to move and get it a new go to block. Go to my new location. Here we are. Then I also have to rename the sprite to Christchurch, and I also have to rename its costume to Christchurch. Right. Same with the pictures as well. I'm going to go here to where we had the Wellington picture carousel, and I'm just going to duplicate that. It'll be at the bottom. You can move the sprites around as well if you want. You can sort them how you find it easiest. And I'm going to rename this one now Christchurch. And then we'll basically do everything that we did with the last one as well. We have to make sure that we delete all the Wellington images that we've just had that we don't need anymore now. Any new images, we have to make sure to call something with Christchurch in the string of words. I'm going to call this here Christchurch 2, and then you repeat the same for the sounds. And this one, for example, would now be called Charlotte Christchurch. Obviously, you will be uploading new sounds. So, and in this fashion, you can create multiple locations for multiple Taniwha, and you can upload multiple images into each marker. What a beautiful map of New Zealand. Now, if you are happy with the game, you push the green flag, you tried it out. If it's all functioning as it should, make sure to save, and then you can share the game. When you're ready to share, make sure to put some instructions into this field, and then you can copy the link and share with your students, classmates, friends, whānau. And yeah, thank you for trying our scratch activity. I hope you like it.